Over here is the final of the session. Pretty much just want to compare over here to you what is the difference between purchase to procure to payment versus the order to cash. First of all, the flow direction, of course the cash. All right, we look at the cash dollar sign. All right, this is outflow, this is inflow. At least this gives you a big picture of it. The key documents goes back to the process flow, right? So a recap over here, we start with purchase requisition to purchase order to goods received notes to supplier invoice, or we call it the purchase invoice, and then payment. Payment over here, usually we receive from the let's put here payment received from the customer, from the supplier, right? Over here we start with sales order. Sometimes it's quotation, right? Quotation. Then we got the sales order, we got the delivery order or delivery note, depending on how you say it. Then we got the invoice, and then the receipt. These are all you generate by yourself, alright? You generate them in your system. These are all you generate by yourself. By payment, usually you receive the receipt from the customer, from the supplier. And over here's the interesting bit, the control focus. Over here, number one, of course, just now what I highlight to you is the expenses, recognition, over here is the revenue, recognition. Of course, payment control, the focus, right? You want to control the payment. And then over here is the credit control. All right, payment control, credit control. Payment control, how we do it, they always look at three-way, let me just put green color, three-way matching. This is for verification purpose. All right, this one, you can do assessment on the credit control, and pretty much you also want to control on the invoice, right? You want to control on the invoice. Most of them, all of this just now I highlight to you, or each of the part that is controlled, but the focus on control. Let me see. Invoicing, right? The invoicing. In the invoicing area over here, over here is varies. It means that looking at the invoice, right, from procure to payment, the template. Invoicing in terms of what? The template serial number, should we call it serial number, invoicing number lah, right? Invoice, the numbering of the invoice, it varies, right? Because we might have one supplier using software from AutoCount, one supplier using software from SQL, and both of them produce different types of invoice with different template, with different numbering, and as a result you will have a different way to ensure that this invoice valid or not, right? And to ensure those invoices are valid, you can opt into the three-way matching verification. Whereas in your case, in the order to cash process, the system usually uniform, means it is standardized, and for you to verify or to ensure that you didn't mess up the invoice, what you can do is you can always check the sequence. Alright, you will have like invoice 0001, 002, and so on, right? Invoice K, right? Unlimited invoice, and that's it pretty much. A little bit comparison over here, and the final key is E. I'm just okay. So what I would do is we will explore in the system, the account system. Next week we'll look into sales and purchase part of the system. Obviously you should be trying yourself to do the sales this week. I've some of your friends already completed the sales and purchase, which is brilliant from the system point of view. So here basically I'm just telling you the story on the procure to payment, alright, and the embedded risk and control, and then why certain steps are there, alright, like for example the knock off. Alright, see you all next week, tutorial time, alright, as usual.